When Ford brought back the Mach 1, it wasn't just a revival, it was a muscle car with Shelby pedigree running directly through it. And as a GT350 owner, a lot of the Shelby character is instantly familiar. The responsiveness, the attitude, and the way it wants to be driven. First, a quick thank you to Porsche of downtown LA for letting me drive this incredible Mustang. Before we dive in, I'll quickly go over the Mach 1 upgrades and then we'll take it out for a drive. Under the hood, the Mach 1 houses a 5-liter Coyote V8 with Shelby GT350 upgrades. GT350 style intake manifold, larger throttle body, and tuning that delivers 480 horsepower and 420 pounds-feet of torque. Cooling comes from GT350 and GT500 parts, engine, transmission, and rear axle coolers, keeping everything in check for spirited street or track driving. And maybe the best upgrade of all is the Tremec TR-3160 6-speed manual transmission, also from the GT350. Short, precise throws, solid mechanical feel, and a direct connection to the engine, giving the Mach 1 the engaging driving experience enthusiasts crave. Handling was fully reworked with the GT350 front subframe, upgraded bushings, GT500 rear toe links, and Mach 1 specific MagneRide suspension. Downforce is 22% higher than a GT with the Performance Package 1, jumping up to 150% with the optional handling package, which also adds wider, 2-pound lighter 19-inch wheels, stiffer sway bars, adjustable strut top mounts, and Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires. Aerodynamics include a deeper front splitter, lower air dam, GT500 under body panels, and a rear diffuser and spoiler inspired by Shelby designs, giving stability at speed. Braking comes from 6-piston Brembo front brake calipers and pretty large rotors. Now that we've discovered what makes the Mach 1 special, it's time to hit the road and see how it comes alive behind the wheel. Alright, so inside the Mach 1, something I've been anticipating for a while. Let's go for a quick drive. Quick exhaust check. Let's put it in Sport Plus. And then we'll adjust the exhaust mode independently and put it in track, which is not letting me do. I'm not sure why. So then we'll just be in track mode, I guess. All right, let's go for a spin. And my intimacy with the S550 platform is pretty deep. I do have a 2017 Shelby GT350, which, as I mentioned at the outset, shares a lot of its parts with this car. So naturally, I will be comparing my experience in my car to this car and try and judge this car by itself as well. So first thing we're gonna do is go for a quick acceleration pull. And we are rolling at 10 miles an hour and mash. Oh yeah. Brakes are fantastic. Love the rev match downshift. Love it. I don't know why people give rev match downshift grief, and paired with the Tremec, it's even better. Let's see here. This has no lift shift as well, but I'm not going to use no lift shift. As much as I know these transmissions are designed with them in mind, I almost feel like I'm going to break the transmission when I use no lift shift. But man, this is an exhilarating car. I love the power delivery of the Coyote. Naturally aspirated rear-wheel drive. Man, you can really bang this thing. Man, this is so fun. Holy moly, it's a little different experience than the 5.2 liter flat plane crank, but this thing scoots and the power delivery is nice and linear. I mashed the gas, and given that it's a rear wheel drive, 420 pounds-feet of torque, the rear end grips. So this being, what is it, about 30 horsepower less than my Shelby, this thing is still very, very fast. You will not be disappointed with the speed of this car. And the exhaust note is just as good. The 5-liter naturally aspirated Coyote engine is something of a marvel. And this is even in its prior generation, in the, what is it, the 650 Mustang now. It's got more horsepower in the Dark Horse, and it's just a marvel of an engine. The power delivery is fantastic, 7400 redline, naturally aspirated. It's just that tier under the cross-plane crank that you get in the Voodoo, but it's still a special motor, and it is extremely fun to drive. Whether you're driving it fast like I was, or whether you're driving it slow. I was putting it around before recording, and it's just a fantastic motor, plenty of torque down low, lots of revs, and sounds fantastic when you're driving fast and even when you're driving slow. Now, I want to talk about the shifter. This is very familiar to me. It feels fantastic in my Shelby. It feels fantastic here. It is truly one of the major selling points of this car, and how fun it makes it. When you have a great manual transmission like this Tremec, and you pair it with a great engine and a rear-wheel drive platform, it just makes it really fun to drive. The shifting is fantastic, nice, crisp, short throws. The shifter feel is mechanical. It feels solid in your hand. There's no sloppiness, there's no jello-iness. You know exactly what you're doing when you're shifting the gears. The clutch pedal, interestingly, feels a little heavier in this car than it does in my car. The grab point is the same. I would say it's mid-high, and the engagement is fantastic. You don't even have to press on the gas to get the car going. It kind of just goes. So I don't have any concerns. Like, if this was your first manual transmission car, you wouldn't have any issues. And as I mentioned earlier, the rev match downshifting is fantastic. I don't know why people give it shit. Yes, it is something like, oh, I'm a purist, I like to do it by myself. But sometimes when you're learning, it's something that you need, and it just makes it more fun, and it's quicker sometimes even than if you were to just do it by yourself, and it gets it right every single time. So the shifter is good, the motor is good. Let's talk about the suspension and the steering. So granted, I did just drive it in a city setting here in downtown LA, so I'll tailor it a little bit there, but I can say this does feel very capable. I did nudge it a little bit, and I can certainly feel it is capable. Now, from a city driving setting, I'm gonna go ahead and put it back in normal mode, and one complaint I do have about it is it seems like I don't have the ability to tailor the modes independently, or the settings within each mode independently. So there's the steering, which I can tailor independent of everything else, and there's comfort and sport there. I prefer comfort because sport feels a little too artificial. It's the same thing for my Shelby. The exhaust you can do separately, but the thing I'm complaining about is there's no button like there is in my Shelby. There's a toggle switch that says sport mode, blah, blah, blah. I can just change the exhaust, but this one I have to use a couple buttons on the steering wheel and go through a menu to change it into track mode. But the exhaust does sound fantastic. So basically what I'm trying to get to here is I don't have the ability to independently move these things around like I do in my Shelby, and also the accessibility of moving those things around. In the Shelby, they're just buttons on the steering wheel for each I guess, setting, but in this, you have to use the mode, and not everything is individually customizable. Now, In a city driving setting, it is very comfortable, like my Shelby. This is an interesting spec because it has the handling package, but it doesn't have the Recaro seats. It has the quote-unquote sofa cloth seats, and they are very comfortable. They lack in terms of some support where the Recaros are far superior, but for daily drivability, these are fantastic. They have good cushioning. They have a decent amount of support, but if you're looking for something with a little bit more hold me in, the Recaro seats I would highly recommend. But from a daily driving perspective, this is fantastic. Like I said, the clutch modulation is easy. The shifter is fantastic. You've got a lot of torque down low to get you around. The suspension in comfort mode and even in sport mode, it doesn't get too heavy and too bouncy for daily drivability. So this would be something that would be a joy to drive on a daily basis because it gives you that sporty element, and also it's still comfortable enough to not beat you up. So overall, I think this is a fantastic Mustang. It does feel slightly less special than my Shelby, but I don't think Ford was trying to make this be a Shelby replacement. It's the best version of the 5.0 Mustang, and indeed, it is a very special car. It feels special. It feels fun to drive. The Mustang is a engaging car. It's supposed to put a smile on your face. It's free-spirited in its nature and what the Mustang means. And this thing totally lives up to that Mustang name. It is fun and engaging, and when you get it with a manual, it just heightens that experience. And I think Ford has done a great job here. Now, in terms of value, this car is actually pretty good as well. I think you can get them used now in the mid-30s or maybe even high 40s. And the nice thing about it is that most limited edition Mustangs hold their value pretty nicely. And this is no different. I believe these were like 60 when they were new, and now this is like a 3-4-year-old car. It's still like in the 40s or low 40s, let's call it that. And you probably won't lose a lot of money. And on top of that, the fact that a Mustang GT, a base Mustang GT, I was shocked when I looked at this, is $46,000 now, if I saw it correctly, is crazy, and makes something like this a remarkable buy, especially with the Tremec and 480 horsepower, fantastic looks, special Mustang with limited production. This is a really compelling package when you compare it to the new one or even anywhere outside in the used car market. So that's all I've got. If you've got any questions about this Mustang Mach 1, please make sure you leave me a comment down below or send me a message on TikTok or Instagram at DriveSteady. If you're interested in some of my other reviews, here's some links for you to watch. Another thank you to Porsche of downtown LA. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And there's also this new hype feature, so please, I would appreciate it if you would hype the video if you're watching it within the first 7 days of me releasing it. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Until next time, drive steady.